see how difficult it was to get this bleeding screw out. Normally it's 10mm spanner. Here the 10mm bolt extractor didn't do anything, didn't want to even go on top of that. It was just stripping it further around, so it's completely rounded, and I had to use 3/8 of the inch extractor that went in a little bit deeper, grab the bolt, and only then I was able to get it out. The bleeding hole is completely blocked. It didn't do anything anyway, and you can see that how forceful it was screwed, that the tip is flattened. Normally these tips are far more pointy. Here it is completely flattened. I'm not sure who and why get this bolt so tight in. It's I don't understand it really. Just a warning: use torque wrenches, use judgment. Do not over tighten bolts when you work on your car.
So here is the stuck bleeding screw in the caliper on the car. It was squirted some WD-40 on the screw, and I was hoping that soaking it overnight is going to release some of the rust. And now I'm trying to sort of like get a little bit of a tapping on the screw with the hammer, also hoping to release any corrosion. And here is 10mm bolt extractor. It works with a 3/8 of an inch handle. I'm tapping the bolt extractor on top of the bleeding screw. So I'm trying to get it tight on the bleeding screw using hammer. So it bites into the bolt. And here it is, 3/8 of an inch handle. The problem was that this 10mm bolt extractor, although it should work with the 10mm bolt, it was slightly too big, and instead of grabbing on the screw, it was stripping it further. It was rounding it even more. So I had to get a smaller one. The next step down in the set was 3/8 of an inch bolt extractor, and only that worked well. Only that managed with a lot of force, actually a lot of attempts to get it loose, and finally to undo it. The thread was alright, but I think the seat where the bleeding screw seals inside the caliper was slightly widened, so the new bleeding screw had to go in a little bit deeper than the original needed to go. There was also some metal particles inside caliper seat, so I had to use compressed air. It's not shown on this video. I had to use compressed air to get all the dirt from inside of the bolt out. Here you can see this rounding. The 10mm was just rounding the thing, and here we go. That's finally it's coming out. It is coming out with lots of resistance. There was lots of corrosion on this caliper and the screw, but finally it was out. Here's a new one. I was expecting quite a bit of a fluid to come out of the caliper, but actually it wasn't. The system wasn't pressurized, obviously, so that's why there wasn't much of a flow. Now you can see when after cleaning a little bit of the seat, you can see some fluid starts to drip out. Much less fluid than I expected. That was oozing from this hole. But anyway, I had new bleeding screw ready. Here goes the new one in. See some bleeding fluid, brake fluid dripping from the new bleeding screw. And here we tighten it after, as I said, cleaning all the bleeding screw seat, the thread. Now it is going in. It in and out a few times to make sure that it sits well and I don't have to use excessive force. Okay. Done. As I said, bleeding brake fluid is quite corrosive, so it's worth to clean it. Every spillage to be cleaned. And here is the screw with bolt extractor, the old one. You can see how flat is the tip. Normally it's quite pointy. And here is the completely occluded bleeding hole. So it was useless, this screw anyway. And here is the 3/8 of an inch extractor, and here is the 10mm extractor. Job done.